Welcome back, everyone. Banger of a race for MGS3, but now we transition to Metal Gear 2 as miniomegaking takes on Puzon. I am Sparty, and my co-host or co-commentator is Roy. What's up, Roy?
Not much. You? Looking forward to seeing some games.
Of course, it's a nice morning. Got my coffee ready. Really enjoyed the 3 race, and hopefully we get the same kind of race here. Regarding Metal Gear 2, how much experience you got, Roy?
I did this about 3 years ago for the 12-hour challenge and have not played it since.
I remember that. You know how I remember that?
How?
Because you posted a picture of yourself with a cigar right after.
I remember that.
Do you remember
now.
that? Do you remember
Yes!
that?
Yeah!
That is the correlation that my mind made. I was like, I remember you ran this game, and I remember because you posted a picture with a cigar.
Easy to learn, hard to master. This is gonna be amazing.
Yeah, in terms of just learning the run, this game is very easy to just get the run down. Especially when you're playing this version, the PS2 PAL, versus like the version you would play with the NTSC or the HD edition that comes out. That one's a little more difficult, and most of it is due to Snake's movement. Snake moves about 30%ish faster than the other versions. So, and then there's like a little RNG manipulation on the first boss you can do in this version. 12.5%. All right, Mini correcting me. Thanks, Mini. 12.5%. And then the little manipulation you can do with the first boss in this edition versus like the NTSC HD edition that comes with MGS3, where the first boss is really RNG and it's a pain in the behind.
Absolutely.
But if both runners are ready, we're gonna run this on easy. And you can tell Mini's on the ride because he always plays in Spanish. And I asked him, why did you get this in Spanish? And he said because it was cheaper.
It's perfect.
That's a good reason for me. So if these runners are ready, we are ready to rock and roll. I like the little any percent category. Any percent.
Any.
Like Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. System PS2. Estimate 1 hour. Released in 1990. Com. Sparty Precious Roy. Category any percent.
Any.
Alright, the runners are off to the races. So if you've never played Metal Gear 2, you're in for a treat. It's a lot of D-pad movement, if you're a fan of that. It's a lot of go get X item to... It's like the regular Metal Gear formula. Get X item to progress into the next stage. A lot of key cards. You'll see a lot of menuing in this game as both runners grab this ration. Since it's not like MGS2 or 3 where doors will open automatically, you'll actually have to go in your menu and equip the card to open it. So you'll see a lot of that.
Oh! Puzon's eating that first alert.
It shouldn't matter too much here. You'll see a lot of punching the wall. Mini will do that as well as Puzon. What punching walls will do is it'll make noise and it'll turn guards a certain way. So you'll see that strategy used a lot as both runners grab the gun in the truck and they go into the vents. So a lot of these cool little areas you'll see in later MGS games. For example, here's the little vent crawl section as you'll see in MGS1. And also the music. The music is my favorite of all the series.
Really a great
Metal
soundtrack,
Gear
yeah.
2 music. Alright. So once they got the gun, they're going to make their way through this base to go to the elevator. You'll see a lot of elevators. So another little quick thing on elevators, you'll see them crawl into elevators. So they'll punch the button, they will start crawling and moving. The reason you want to crawl in elevators is if a snake is standing up and you go into the elevators, Snake will automatically run like halfway down in the middle of the elevator automatically. So to get around that, what you want to do is crouch and walk. He'll crawl into the elevator, and you can stop right away and get back up, instead of having Snake crawl all the way or walk all the way halfway through. So you can just stand up right away, hit the button to go to the next room. So there's a little time save that adds up a lot because of how many times you're gonna have to use the elevator in this run.
Absolutely. We're seeing a little difference in play styles here. Mini has a little more control over his guard patterns and his alerts. Puzon's picking them up pretty frequently. Be interesting to see how this affects the first boss.
Speaking of first boss, here it is, Black Ninja. Notoriously tough boss fight in the other version, but we don't have to worry about it here because we can just manipulate him to shoot him a few times on the right and then a few times on the left, and that's the boss fight. Although Puzon is having a little... The reason the RNG works is you cannot get an alert going to this area. So although both runners are running any percent, the reason Mini got out of there so much faster is because he was, going out of his way to not get alerts to have the manip work here. And Puzon, on the other hand, he got an alert, so he could not manipulate this boss. That's why it took him a little longer, since he really didn't know which way he was going. He was more reacting to where he was moving instead of just manipulating him.
But to his credit, did get it under control.
Yep. So after the ninja fight, they are going.
We're gonna come back through the base here on the way out. I believe there is a pickup that they're gonna do here, and then we're gonna be out to the jungle.
Right, I believe they're gonna have to get a key card. You'll see a lot of key cards being picked up in this run. I don't even remember off the top of my head how many you're gonna have to pick up, but there's a lot. So now, Mini is on to the Green Beret.
Play a little hide and seek here.
He's going to turn around every so often, so you don't want to stick right on his ass. You want to kind of hide yourself from his straight line of view. Because he does turn around and look behind him. And if he sees you, you're going to lose a lot of time because you'll have to reset this whole thing. So certain areas like this, where Mini is, you could just wait in a corner because he's just gonna make a big circle around the map, going just in a counterclockwise motion.
This part of the game is tense but predictable. The patterns are always fixed, so Mini and Puzon should both know where they can stay in the map in order to avoid his line of sight.
Yeah, there's one area at the end where he really tricks you. Like, he speeds up right at the edge of the map, thinking he's gonna leave the current screen, and then right at the end he turns around really quickly. That's the part that always gets new runners or new, just your casual playthrough. You trust it, because right now he's just kind of going at a smooth pace, slow and steady, turning around every so often, very predictable. But I'll show you what I mean, because that's caught me a few times. Bum 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 bum.
You may think that this positioning on Mini's part is dicey. Not at all.
Yeah, look at Puzon's cam. If there was a camo percent like MGS3, it'd be like at 80, hiding in those trees. There's a little speed up from the guard, and he turns around.
This part caught me so many times learning this.
Alright. Nothing to it here. Just follow the Green Beret guy.
I think this is the closest we have to an auto scroller in this game.
Right. There's a little speed up part right here, and as soon as he's about to go to the screen, he turns around to look right at you. So Minnie's gonna punch him. I don't think I explained the punching in this game. So punching just dazes enemies for a little bit. They won't be able to see you, so you can sneak right past them. You'll know you got it right. Their heads are kind of churning right to left, right to left. If you punch them 3 times, though, they will die. That'll count as a kill. So if you punch them once, they'll be dazed, and then you're good to go right past them. They will recover fairly quickly, though. So after he follows the Green Beret guy, you call Dr. Madnar, and now you go into the desert. Minnie's going into the desert, rolling in the sand to pick up mines. He needs 4 mines for the next boss fight. As we see Puzon also make his way to the desert section and pick up those 4 mines. Oh, this swamp. I remember trying to learn this. Ugh. I fell down so many times, and then I tried to... Then you kind of look at the little patterns on the ground to try to see, like, alright, this over here, this little speck of dust that looks like D-limes, you go up here. This one that looks like Roy just woke up, you make a left on this one.
It is difficult to memorize that swamp path. It is hard to orient yourself in there, but Minnie just whipped through that like a pro, and he is on to Running Man.
A Running Man looks like a cool boss. Kojima's favorite boss, Running Man, but pretty predictable. What Puzon and Minnie are going to do is just use those mines they picked up in the desert. They're going to lay them down on the right side here, just at the edge of the map of the screen. Then alternate right and left on this side of the screen. And what this makes Running Man do is run back and forth through those mines. And that's it. That's the strat. And he's
Running Man is dead.
Pick up the key card as he blows up. You'll see bosses blow up in this game, kind of like MGS3. Puzon doing the same strat. Very nicely done. So Running Man turns into fried chicken and blows up.
Perfect. Minnie making his exit from the swamp here. You have to follow that path back.
Yep, a little backtracking to where you first encounter the Green Beret soldier. They're going to need another weapon to fight the next boss, so they're going to need the rockets. And I believe you just need 3 shots on the rocket in the easy difficulty to take down the Hind. Is it Hind or Hind D?
It is a Hind.
We'll go with Hind.
We'll go with Hind.
Alright. Going down here into the little vent, whatever that thing is. I don't know why it just doesn't hop it. Maybe it's too tall.
You get very familiar with this first floor as you're playing the game, because you will revisit it a few times for items.
Another distraction, instead of punching the wall, you can shoot your gun. Let's see if Puzon shoots his gun right here to distract the guards after he crawls through the little vent. Oh, he goes left side. Interesting. He just takes the alert. That's probably faster than what Minnie did. I think Minnie was kind of doing the little big boss strats. But Puzon just going left side, taking the alert, and then making his way out of here. So now they're going to go through the sand, the desert, that they picked up the mines. So you want to be careful where you step, because there are mines still here. But there are other areas where you want to take damage, like here, what Minnie was doing. He's taking the damage because what that does is it confuses these guards here, thinking where's the sound coming from, and he's able to make his way through them to get their pattern to go a certain way. And he doesn't have to worry about his life that much, so he takes the damage there as well. Alright, now it's time for the Hind boss. A little tricky. You can kind of see where he's flying on the radar in the top right. You'll see like a little dot flash. So you want to shoot your rockets lead him a little bit, and 3 shots, and it's a boss fight. So Minnie doing really well and got through that. Let's see if Puzon can do the same.
Textbook example from Mini.
We go 1, 2, and 3 for Puzon. I think he missed the third one. Yeah. There we go. The fourth shot got him. So the third shot, Puzon kind of shot where the flashing, blinking thing was, and not where it was going. So he didn't lead him far enough to get that shot to impact the hind, but he got it on the fourth one. So now going to the other base as Puzon. You're gonna have to call Colonel. You have to call Campbell. Then you're gonna have to pick up this box that's in this truck, and then you can use the little belts there to go up. You have to call Campbell, or else this won't work. And then you're gonna have to call Holly once you're inside as well. This is my favorite music in the whole game.
A lot of banger tracks in this. Important to note, if you do not call Holly here, she will not spawn in, and you will be left wondering why.
Mandatory calls right there. So now they're going to go in the sewers. So get used to the sewers for a little while. They're going to need the plastic explosives, the old C4. There's like kids wandering around. These are the kids that Big Boss rescued and recruiting them as child soldiers, I like to think.
Nah, they're just sewer babies.
It reminds me of Futurama with the whole sewer.
The sewer society, yeah.
Yeah. So you get the C4, blow up that wall, meet Holly. Like, alright, Holly, continuing on. So we got now these little in the sewers. You go through these currents. The darker green, they go much faster, and you don't have much control over Snake. They only go one direction, so you can't go back up. So you have to kind of maneuver Snake. It's kind of like a racing game almost, where Snake's going a certain way. You can't stop him. You just have to maneuver him left or right.
Yeah, and if you overshoot, you're going all the way back around.
All right, this goes in a big circle, so don't want to do that. So we got the rockets last time. Now we're gonna have to go get grenades. Another thing you could always do is look at the map on the top right, the little blinking lights. That's where the soldiers are, so you can use that to your advantage as well. As Mini grabs the grenades, and Puzon is on his way to get the grenades.
It's interesting to me to see how Puzon is handling those alerts in his run. Every time you pull an alert in this game, you'll notice that the screen pauses for about a second. That adds up.
Right. So sometimes you might think maybe a room is faster by a second if you do take the alert and keep moving, but you got to factor in that pause also. So Mini, back up the current, going around. He's going to have to go through another set of elevators, I believe, here. And go to level 30? I think that's later on. But soon he's going to have to go to level 30, even if it's not this elevator. So a lot of crawling in elevators. So he gets out here. Puzon going into the currents. I love this area, just like a maze. It just takes you in a big circle.
The spiral of doom, yeah.
Yeah. And there's an elevator on each side.
It looks straightforward. The tricky part is remembering which direction you're going for the part of the game you're in.
Yeah, it's easy to get lost in this game. It's such a maze. But this is where he goes to level 30 to fight. I forget what the name of this boss fight is. I call him Spider-Man, just because he's hugging up against the wall. And there's like little the little spider webs around the room also. A nice little elevator ride.
Opportunity to relax, rest your wrists.
I love the effects they use in these games where the only thing you see is a little counter go up at the top. It just makes it feel like you're going up really fast in these elevators. All right, Spider-Man time. He's just gonna hug the top of the wall and he's just gonna throw grenades at him. So the grenades you picked up, just chuck those at him. He's gonna follow you. They're one of the easiest bosses in the game. Just don't miss grenades. Nice fight by Mini.
Perfect.
Alright, Puzon. It's time to fight Spider-Man. Alright, Mini is making his way to the pigeon. I hate this pigeon. You're gonna have to make contact, like literal contact. Touch the pigeon as it lands on the ground. And this is where a lot of races are won and lost, because this pigeon is pure RNG. And oh, he's tricking Mini. He thought he was gonna land, but he just continues to fly away. You'll see a lot of top times where the pigeon will land automatically as soon as you enter the room, and then you'll get some really bad times as the pigeon likes to just move around and never land. So I'd say I give that, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the best, that was like a 6 for Mini. Not great, but it could have gone so much worse.
This really is the part of the game where you learn that birds are jerks.
Alright, Puzon's time.
Let's see what he does here. You'll notice both Mini and Puzon have a ration equipped. If you look at the flavor text for the rations, this particular ration calls out that it has seeds and nuts in it. So it's bird bait.
Puzon got a little better. That was like a 4. A little better than Mini, so made up a little bit of time. And now you take the elevator all the way back down.
You only really go up there for the burb.
You're gonna go back in the sewers, and this is gonna be a lot of moving in and out of rooms for a little bit. Not many boss fights, not many encounters. Try to stay away from encounters as much as possible.
Mini also showing his familiarity here, pre-menuing his cards. Oh, Puzon did switch to card 4. There is a specific sequence of access cards in the game, and unlike Metal Gear Solid series, you have to be holding them to open the doors. So there is that sequence. We do have the sequence documented over on the wiki. Check that out, MetalGearSpeedrunners.com. There's an exact sequence of numbers, and Mini has that memorized.
You got that memorized if you're running as well. So now they're going into the Mannequin Room soon. The Mannequin Room is notorious for ruining big boss rank runs, because you'll go into a room and there's going to be a bunch of soldiers. All of them are fake except for one. One is a real soldier. And it's pure RNG which soldier. He can spot in about 3 different positions. And it's pure RNG which position he goes in. And one position, he's looking right at you as you walk into the door. So you cannot avoid that alert. And then that happens 4 times in the run, because there are 2 mannequin rooms, and you're going to have to go into each room twice in the run. So you can have your big boss run kind of ruined without any fault of your own. So let's see. Mini will be there first, I believe. So we'll see which positions the mannequins are for him. This level that Mini's in, your movement is so tight here, because there's those laser traps, there's guards everywhere, there's a camera here, you're gonna have to do a little buffer. But at the beginning of this area, it's your movement has to be so tight. So once you're at the beginning part of that area, then the rest, it's not that big of a deal. But the beginning, you better be on your A game.
That's one of the things that I like about this game, is when you get everything right, it is so satisfying.
And Mini takes a death. I was looking away, and I have no idea what happened. He might have fallen into a pit in the dark room. And Puzon takes the lead, just like that.
Mm-hmm. Let's see how he handles the dark room. There are night vision goggles in this game, but we're Metal Gear speedrunners, not Metal Gear slow runners. So we don't pick them up. You have to do that room in the dark and by memory, and it can be a run killer.
Well, here's the first man. This Mannequin Room, there's no soldiers. The next two are for Puzon. So here's the first, and there it is. As soon as he walks in, Puzon gets an alert. That is horrible RNG. And this is the next Mannequin Room, and he gets it again. It's the other mannequin. As soon as he walks in, gets an alert. Horrible. It's not a, you know, it doesn't matter too much. You're playing on easy any percent. As Mini also gets an alert there. But big boss runs, oh, you hate to see that.
Unfortunate, but in this case, manageable.
Alright, so now they're going to meet up with Gustava, excuse me, not Holly, in the women's restroom. And of course, in every women's restroom, there's an elevator, or so I've been told.
An elevator to the secret tunnel full of weird robot things.
How do they get those robot things in there in the first place?
We'll never know. It's the women's restroom.
I think it's like they got it at IKEA and they built it piece by piece.
IKEA death bots. They're next to the standing desks.
Buy one, get one 50% off. So there they are, little tank-looking things. Just don't get in their way, or you'll get crushed. So now she follows you like Pikachu in Pokemon Yellow. You're gonna go meet up with a Madnar.
Through another elevator, ironically.
A lot of elevators. So here we go, Madnar. Say, hey, what's up, Madnar? Alright, you're gonna follow me too? Alright, let's go. So now you got a whole gang.
The sewer track is a banger as well. This soundtrack is just amazing.
So this is, you'll see they're not crawling through the elevators now. Well, this is what would happen if they did it in every elevator. You see Snake kind of runs towards the middle of the elevator. That's why they crawl when they're alone. But here, there's no point. So now there's a little story time. A little break. Gustava goes about her past. Madnar goes to take a leak or something. I don't know. Like, alright, enough story time, kids. Let's keep going.
Did everybody get that? There will be a test on that cutscene later. Up yet another elevator, and let's get our rescuees out of here.
Going to the bridge to cross the bridge. Like, alright, Madnar's like, alright, kids, let me make sure this bridge is okay. It's safe. I'll go first. Surely taking his time. It's like, alright, I'm gonna cross. One at a time. Who's next? Alright, watch Holly here. Boom! Gets destroyed off the bridge. I keep calling her Holly.
No, Gustava! Your character was so well developed.
She gets thrown off the bridge with that explosion.
Oof.
Uh-oh. I love the little effects as it just goes black and then it slowly goes back up. And the Metal Gear's there. Snake's like, no! Alright, now pick up more mines. We're out of here. Later, Gustavo. Have fun.
Mini also picking up his mines. We're coming into the Four Horsemen fight, and those mines are necessary to do this quickly.
Rectamundo. So now we're gonna do a little backtracking before we get there, though. All the way back through the desert where the mines are. We're gonna go through there. We're gonna need the glider. So the sand here always makes noise, so you'll hear the little, like you're stepping on rubber ducks. That makes noise for some reason.
Squeaky sand.
Who's on just eating all the mines. It's like, I got enough life. Mini kind of little maneuvering to avoid the mines. Here's a little mannequin room, but this one is easy to not get seen because pay attention to the top right in the minimap and the blinking enemies. So once you go to the mannequin room, you'll see a bunch of them on your left and right side, and the one on the top left is blinking. You can see it now on Puzon's screen. So you see the top left is blinking. That's the real soldier. The rest are all mannequins. So that one always stays in place. That one doesn't move around. That's why Puzon goes there, punches him, gets dazed. Mini does the same.
In and out. Textbook glider room.
Okay, so now they're going to backtrack back to the mannequin room. So remember I said you're going to have to go there twice. This is the second time. So back to the elevators, back through the desert, back through some more elevators, and up to the mannequin room. So Gustava gives you her brooch, and you're going to use that to turn that into a key. And it's kind of like MGS1 where you have to freeze the key. In this here, you have to freeze her brooch. I don't know why, but you have to freeze it, and it turns into a key.
And you guys thought shape memory alloy was a new thing for the PlayStation.
Yeah, a lot of the ideas, a lot of the boss fights, a lot of the maps and things like that, you'll see them in Metal Gear 2 first. If you've never played this game, you owe it to yourself to get at least one playthrough. This is Snake at his peak, I'd like to think. Go into the mannequin room.
Ate that alert again. Ate that alert again. Yeah, those mannequin rooms are unforgiving.
So this is a little challenging because you do not want to get an alert. That's why, to go into the freezer room. That's why Puzon did a little, backtracking. So Mini's here waiting in the freezer room. Oh, Puzon, no. Where's this guard? Going back and forth in the screen. He doesn't know where the guard is. Oh, he's losing a lot of time. What is Puzon doing? Puzon! Oh my god, this is not good. What is he doing? I think he's trying to take a death. That's what he's doing. Yep. Yeah, he wanted to reset that area, so I think he was trying to get a alert on purpose and get a death, but that other guard in the first room just left. So he had to go back to the mannequin room and he had to restart this whole phase again.
I was wondering where that checkpoint was going to be.
Yeah, there's checkpoints in this game. It's not like the other Metal Gears where you start whatever room you were in. You're going to get checkpoints, and that is a very, very costly one. So Mini takes a hefty lead at this point as he gets the brooch to turn into the key. And he's going back into the little sewers in the woman's restroom. And then he's going to use the glider soon. Although I think the Four Horsemen fight is coming up.
There's that guard RNG again. Ooh.
Oh my god, Puzon cannot catch a break. And he's going to try to take another death.
Man.
you really have to get through this area without an alert.
That's unlucky.
Third time's the charm. This is what I mean, the movement is so tight in here, because as soon as Puzon comes out of that door,
the guard is right there.
The guard is right. So he's going to reset the whole area, especially that, because that first guard, when he gives him an alert, it's kind of throwing him off. So what he's doing is he's going to reset the whole room with this kind of resetting the checkpoint. Because checkpoints do mess up guard patterns. So every time he's taking a death, the guard patterns are slightly different. So that's why every time he's going into that room, he's getting another alert, another alert, another alert. So Mini starts the 4 horseman fight. Pretty easy. You just place mines all around the arena where they're jumping down. And nothing more to it. They just keep falling on your mines over and over and over and over and over. And then that's it.
Puzon taking a little safe on that first screen just to make sure that this all connects.
He's taking it extra safe. Get that guard. Do not take an alert here, Puzon, please. Oh, and he gets an alert. No. He did all that, and he's gonna take another death. And what this is gonna do is he's gonna run into the same trouble. This is gonna not reset the guard pattern. So as soon as he gets out of the room, he's gonna get caught. As Mini's stream is a little buffering for me, so let me refresh. We'll be working on that, so don't go anywhere.
I just noticed he has stopped at a corner.
Yeah,
I can't tell if he's buffering or...
No, his stream is just completely frozen at this point, so we'll try to get that back while we look at Puzon's screen.
Oh.
Alright, Puzon made it out of the first area with no alerts. Let's go.
Puzon with an opportunity to catch up while Mini and Snake are giving their PowerPoint presentation.
In this screen, he is on the 15th floor.
Oh.
And
that's a fascinating slide. Sales are up. Profits are up.
All right, here we
Next
go.
slide, please.
Go into the freezer room. Did he already freeze the key?
Oh boy, I sure hope so.
I don't think he freed. I'm kind of confused.
We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out in a second.
We're all with it.
See, we were all watching that riveting PowerPoint presentation, and we didn't notice if Puzon did the necessary here.
He said his net died for a second. All right, no problem. We're back. Got the stream going for Mini. This area is very cool. It's just running up the stairs. You have no indication if you're going the right way. The only thing that tells you is the little numbers on the floor, and that works. It actually makes it seem like you're going up the stairs.
Traps in the floor. A lot of cool effects in this game. If you're into the 8 and 16-bit games, definitely check this one out. Very accessible, easy to learn, hard to master. You'd have some fun with it.
And there goes Puzon to freeze the key, like I said. So he went back, and now he has to freeze the key. Okay. I was going to ask if he's going to pick up the ration. He did. Did he freeze the key? I couldn't tell if he checked, but hopefully he did.
It did change shape, so he should be good.
All right. He is pretty far behind Mini, so Mini's going to try to keep this lead or tack onto it. And Puzon's going to try to make up as much time, so... Mini's at the top. And he is... You take the cigarettes out, and as soon as the wind pattern changes, you use the glider, and you glide all the way down.
We get an exciting little cutscene. Yeah.
Very cool. Going over the broken bridge. Coming up is my favorite boss fight, especially casually. It's very cool. It's got like a little bit of, if you've played MGS3, like the fear vibes going. You're in the jungle, just weeds everywhere. He's hiding in them. A little RNG as well. This is where your run can lose a lot of time with no fault of your own. So it's Jungle Evil.
I get the feeling Minnie's gonna go run a clinic on him.
Let's see. You're gonna just, the strat here is just throw grenades at him. You get a nice blast radius versus the gun. So as soon as he pokes his head out, you just launch a grenade in his direction. You can use this left platform that Minnie's on to kind of block his shots, or you can just run around. And as soon as he pops his head, launch a grenade. And he can go in different areas of the map too, but it's best to just stay in this screen and wait for him to pop out. So Minnie just kind of in the middle. You can see he's flashing on the right side of the map. Now he's flashing in the top right quadrant. Not great. And he's still in the top right. Alright, Minnie's going over there.
Minnie just tanking that damage.
Yeah, on easy, best thing to do is just take damage and launch grenades. As Puzon is setting up his Force Horseman fight, placing the mines all around the elevator while Minnie's launching the grenades at Jungle Evil. And there it is. Good fight by Minnie. Actually, a great fight since the RNG kind of messed it up, but now one of the quirkiest areas in the game. So you take this alert automatically just because it's not worth trying to sneak your way through here, because there is poisonous gas all around. But Minnie's going to take the egg. I'll snatch that. The egg is very important in the run. You need the egg. As Puzon gets done with the Four Horsemen, and he's going to make his way up and use the glider to fight Jungle Evil, while Minnie is running out of the Jungle Evil fight with the egg in hand, moving on to the next enemy camp area.
It'll be interesting to see the difference in strategies here.
We'll see if Puzon kind of stays on the same screen to fight Jungle Evil, or he has to go run around and hunt him. So Minnie grabbed in more. There's another ration. You need a chocolate ration there as well. You need 3 chocolate rations. We'll explain that later. While he goes into the enemy base camp, there's another ration in the top right corner of this room, so you're gonna have to go there.
Things in this game that you don't want to backtrack for. The chocolate rations.
All right. Who's on going to the stairs, excuse me. Trying to get his steps in. Hope he's wearing his Fitbit. So now Minnie...
Shock the glutes here.
He's got the egg out. The egg is hatching slowly on the bottom right. You can see it cracking. And we'll get an owl to hatch out of that. We need the owl. The owl is going to hoot. And that's going to let this guard know that it's nighttime. It's time to sleep. Who knows why? What if there are no owls around? How is this guy going to go to sleep then? He's just going to be up. He needs the owl. And then there's no soldier to take his spot. So there it is. The owl hatches. Come on, owl. Do your thing. You know what's weird is there's a soldier here and the guard is up. You see the laser gates? And then when he leaves, they turn it off. As Minnie's stream buffers a little. So we'll get Minnie to sort out his stream again. But on easy, he's going to take the hit anyway. So wouldn't you want the gate on when no one's there?
I like to imagine Snake is standing on that corner shaking the owl, yelling, "Hoot, damn you."
Snake should have taken some bird calling classes instead. It would have saved him a lot of time. where's Puzon at? Puzon continuing to go up the stairs, up the stairs, up the stairs.
Get that heart rate up. Get that blood pumping for the ender.
Alright, now Mini's about to go into another boss fight. I can't remember this guy's name. I just call him Invisible Man. He is actually, he is the easiest boss fight. If I ever said before someone else is the easiest boss fight, I was lying. This guy is the easiest boss fight. You just stand right where Mini's standing and just chuck grenades at him. That's it. He's not the sharpest tool in the shed. As Mini's stream buffers again, so bear with us while he gets that fixed. But trust me, where his stream died, he was just launching grenades. Let's go focus on Puzon. He takes the glider, slowly making his way down across the broken bridge. Really cool music as well. Love this area.
Getting ready for that jungle evil. Let's see how he does.
We can make up a little bit of time here because Mini did not have the best jungle evil fight. So let's see how Puzon fares against him as he's slowly landing on the ground. Alright, here we go. We'll get the grenades out. He does.
Does here.
Alright, he's hoping he stays on this screen. And he's doing a good job so far staying on this screen. Nice. Continue to chuck those grenades. Nice, dude, giving him really good RNG here. Another good one. And that's it. That's the fight. Great fight. That's a great fight. You take that fight any day.
Excellent work.
So now, Puzon going his way to get the egg. He needs egg. Must get egg. Take the alert here, because not taking the alert, it just wait. This is one of the like optional alerts, even on big boss rank you take, because trying to do this room without an alert, you lose so much time. A ridiculous amount of time to wait for those cameras to go and move a certain direction. So you'll see everyone tank that alert because it's just not worth trying to sneak your way through. Alright, Puzon. He's going to have to grab a ration, I believe, in one of the trucks coming up. And then make his way to the enemy camp, grab another ration, and then wait for the owl to hatch. Grabbing some more grenades. Get out of there, Puzon. Alright, so here we go. He goes to the top right. He equips the egg. There it is. Grabs the chocolate ration, the chocolate ration. Alright, he's gonna wait for the egg to hatch. You can see it start cracking in the bottom right. He's gonna do some squats as well. Keep warm.
We are working on getting Mini back in here. Should take us a moment here.
Technical issues, we're on it. Alright, the egg has hatched. The owl is out.
Just want that crazy hoot. Hey! Well, we've got Mini. It looks like he is dealing with those venomous Zanzibar hamsters.
You just got done with them hamsters. We'll explain that on Who's on Screen once we get there. So now Mini is going to make his way to the Metal Gear fight. So if you don't like flashes, this fight might not be for you. Dr. Madnar, you know, he's just talking about destroying the Metal Gear, blah blah blah. I have to translate for you guys that don't speak Spanish. As Mini writes, epilepsy warning on all caps coming up for this Metal Gear fight.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
So all you're going to do, get your grenades out, chuck it at him. Every time you hit him with a grenade, the screen starts flashing. As Puzon is getting ready for the invisible guy fight, this is where Mini froze, so you can pay attention to two boss fights. You got Metal Gear on the right, and it's the same strat. It's just different areas of the map you have to stand. You're just gonna chuck grenades. Chuck grenades, chuck grenades, chuck grenades. And until both bosses are dead. There you go. So now, after the Metal Gear fight, Snake is going to be on fire on Mini screen, so you're going to have to get rid of all your equipment. So you see Snake's head is on fire, you're going to lose health, so you got to get rid of everything. Drop him. Throw him away, you don't need him. And he's about to fight Frank Yeager as Puzon's having trouble locating the invisible... Oh, he had one grenade left. Good. Oh, if you blinked, you missed the Frank Yeager fight on Mini screen.
Bait him through the minefield that surrounds the room. Oh, beautiful.
This is where Puzon is using his chocolate rations to get rid of the acid on the floor. I don't think he picked up the card key that the boss fight dropped, so he's gonna have to backtrack and pick that up. Wait, oh, he didn't pick up. Oh no, that's my fault. He's gonna have to go to the Jungle Evil area to pick up that key card. Not here.
Oh no, that is a
severe
backtrack.
I think you have to do this anyway. I don't think he's losing too much time.
Oh no, yeah, no, you're right, because you don't find the card immediately after the fight.
Right, you have to do the boss fight. So in Mini screen, since you lose all your items, you're fighting Big Boss here. You're gonna have to go through each area, and it's like you have to collect certain keycards back, and each keycard opens up another room. So it's just like a little step-by-step going through each room. The main two things you're going to need is the lighter and the spray can. So you have to go grab all these keycards that unlocks the next room. There's the lighter. He's going to grab that. And now he still has to grab the spray can. And then you can use the lighter and spray can to defeat Big Boss. So he still needs the lighter.
You'll notice Mini being very careful about his step-ins to those rooms. Those are puddles of acid, and if you touch them, you melt. You just melt.
There it is. Using the old spray can. You can hit Big Boss in the other screen while you're on this screen. Like this. Like here, he's still damaging him even though he's on the other screen. But Big Boss cannot damage you from the other screen as Big Boss is burning.
And there it is. History's greatest soldier defeated by Aquanet.
Yeah, Big Boss was pretty old here, so I'll give him a pass. You got Prime Snake against the really aging Big Boss. Alright, so now it's not a Metal Gear game without a little escape sequence. That is what Mini will be attempting here as Holly comes up behind dressed as a soldier. So now they're just going to run away from soldiers. Just run, get to the LZ, little MGS1 with the costume, little ground zeros in the LZ. So Matt, It's actually kind of cool that a mini stream froze there, because now we can talk extensively about what's about to happen, since we missed that whole thing on mini side of the screen. So coming up, we're gonna have a boss fight that Kuzan will be attempting, and it's gonna be against Dr. Madnar out of all people. He's gonna have Snake in like a full Nelson hold. I don't know how strong Madnar is, but Snake cannot escape his clutches.
This boss fight is almost a little puzzle, and the method for defeating him is amazing.
Alright, so he unlocks the door with the new key. As old man Madnar is gonna come up behind Snake while Mini goes to the LZ and escapes out of here with the chopper. So GG's to Mini. He is done with his part. Alright, here we go. Madnar grabs him. Snake says, I can't breathe, so he just puts down mines. And they're both taking damage, and Snake can take more damage than Madnar, so that's how you finish the fight. Then use the key from Holly's brooch to open up that. And all the man-eating hamsters are going to come follow you because you've got the cheese ration equipped. And as they're going through the little hole, you're just going to shoot them with the gun. Kill all of them. He's not even letting them come through the loading screen so we could see them.
We assure you, those hamsters are venomous. We got a 52-51 from Mini. Looking to see what Puzon's going to turn in here.
I've always said that, Apache. I agree with you 100%. What's up, Typus? How do I destroy Metal Gear? The armor is thinnest on the legs. Alright, thanks. Thanks, Madnar. I'll see you later. So now he's going to slide down. It's time for the epilepsy warning again. As Puzon's going to get his grenades ready. Got plenty of grenades. We got a green Metal Gear. Take
the
that.
Quintessential 80s robot design.
And that's it. That's done for
Perfect.
Metal Gear. So now all his items are going to be on fire, all his weapons, all his key cards, everything. So you got to throw them away. That's Frank Yeager. Goes on to the next screen. So you follow him and you're going to fight him. There's no clashing of bone and sinew here, sorry. It's just you're going to place some mines down. And he's kind of an idiot, so he runs through them trying to follow you, and that's the fight.
This is why Frank is the ninja, by the way. Solid Snake leads him through a minefield.
He quote-unquote blows up. And now Big Boss is luring you into his trap, so you got nothing. You got no items, you got no weapons. Here's Big Boss with his machine gun. So now just a little puzzle here. Grab key cards, open doors, grab key cards, open more doors. Your ultimate goal is just get the lighter and the spray can. If you like menus and speedrunning, this game is for you. Lot of menuing, lot of menuing. Alright, he's got the lighter. He's got one of two items. He's gonna need the spray can as well.
Being real careful about that acid.
Did you say Metal Gear Acid?
I'm pretty sure this boss fight is where they got the idea for the name. Puzon hitting him from off screen.
Yeah, you can still hear him, the damage he's making. Nice. Big Boss says, okay, you can't do that to me anymore. I'm going to go all the way in the corner. And he's dead.
And now he's going to say the line, "It's not over yet, Snake!"
And he was right. It's not over yet.
But only because Puzon still has to run away.
Hey, what's up, Mini? GG's on the race.
Hey, thanks.
So what'd you think of your run?
I've never made that mistake in floor 4 before. That was weird.
That was weird. What happened on the death? Was there a trap?
Yeah, there's a like death pit trap right after that crawl space, and I pressed X too early, and Snake didn't get up.
Yeah, I've never seen you die there.
I've never done that before. It was pretty funny.
Oh, outside of that, it was a clean run.
Very well done.
Jungle Evil kind of was not playing ball with you.
Yeah, he kept moving her. He'd been doing that to me a lot lately, going on the other screens.
Yeah, he was like all the way in the top right as well, so...
That's weird.
Not great, but... then you had a little hiccup on your stream, and then when we caught up with you again, it was the Metal Gear fight. The Frank Yeager fight felt like it was like a second or two too long, but nothing major. But I'm not sure if you watched Puzon. He was just having a horrible time trying to get the freeze to the key.
I heard, yeah, that had some issues, but I didn't see what happened.
He was just taking a lot of alerts going up to that. Now, if you have an alert going into that room, can you still freeze the key?
Yeah, the alert clears when you go in the freezer.
Then I'm not sure what he was doing, because he was at that location, but he would just take alerts, and then he would just take deaths. Like, on purpose, to try to reset the room and come back there without an alert. I'm really not sure. If you're telling me that you don't even need the alert, even if it doesn't matter if you have an alert, as soon as you go in the freezer it clears, I'm not sure what he was doing then, because he lost like minutes and minutes trying to do that.
Yeah, it only matters if you get the alert on the first time going through.
He did get an alert first time going through.
Well, I mean, like, before the Mannequin Room. Or after it.
He got an alert as soon as he gets out of the elevator and walks into that area and there's a guard staring right at him. That's where he got the alert.
Oh, okay.
We got Puzon finishing here with a 59-30. Puzon, if you're listening in, if you want to jump in, say a few words.
Seal?
To tag him.
Oh, he's here?
He got it, yeah.
What's up, Puzon?
From me. God damn it.
Puzon, what happened at the little mannequin room?
I know exactly what the issue was. For some reason, I thought the
Wait, are you talking, Puzon? We can't hear you.
I thought Gustava's the women's bathroom locked if you have an alert.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she won't go into the bathroom on the first visit if you have an alert in that room. But the second time, even if there's an alert going on, the door just stays unlocked. From that
You could have just gone through without having to reset.
Yeah, unfortunately, I forgot that it resets the alert anyway, even if you go into the freezer.
Ah, okay, that's what it was. All right, live and learn. On the next run.
So we got Mini's IGT here at 50 flat. We're going to wait and see what Puzon got here.
But GG's to both
Absolutely.
racers. I love watching Metal Gear 2. We don't get Metal Gear 2 a lot on the channel. Especially a race of Metal Gear 2 that's even more rare. So having one was pretty cool.
Glad everyone liked it.
It's always a pleasure for me to see you guys work, and like I said before, easy to learn, hard to master. Puzon, you gonna keep working that time?
He said, "Nope, I'm done after what happened."
I hope not.
Of course. Don't make the same mistakes.
What is the kill limit for Big Boss in this game?
It's 5.
And the alert?
6.
And how many of those are mandatory?
Two alerts are mandatory, no kills are mandatory, but the optimal Big Boss route takes 2 intentional alerts, so you get 2 freebies.
The 2 intentional ones. One is at the egg, right? And what's the other one?
One is at the egg. The other one is when you're leaving Black Ninja. You take that alert going left, and it makes Green Beret closer to the loading zone that leads to the jungle, so you don't have to wait around for him. If you go the right way, you avoid an alert, but you have to wait for him to walk in.
Yeah, this game is probably the easiest to get a Big Boss rank in, but to get good at the speedrun, it's a whole another story. And the pigeon also, the bird wasn't having it with you.
Yeah, sometimes it will land and just fly up immediately. Like, even if you're standing right on top of it, it doesn't count. Even if you have, like, the ration on and stuff, it just goes away. But thankfully he didn't mess me up too much. He just landed on the next screen, and it was fine.
I've got Puzon coming up to his score screen soon. He really loved games, didn't he? Marv was a pro gamer.
He did what we like to call a pro gamer move at the end.
Nick, where's he off to now? Well, he's gonna go to Alaska later. I like how the hind also gets a cast.
I forgot about that. George Kassler, we don't talk to him.
Kassler. Surprised Kassler never made it to any other MGS games.
John Jacobson, don't talk to him either. Snake's antisocial in this run.
Asher Miller, he makes a lot of appearances on the other hand. Frank Jager.
Hey, he's that ninja.
There it is, the one and only.
Let's see that result. 53-17. IGT, only a 3-minute difference. That's pretty good.
GG's to both runners. Really great race. Unfortunate what happened with the broach freeze thing. I think that could have made it a lot tighter than this, but hey, thanks for watching this run, and we are off to MGS1 as House Test takes on Solidoni.
GG's, guys, and we will see you next run.